Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Final Fantasy IX. Alright, I spent a long time dealing with some side quest stuff. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our chocobo. As you can see, I'm back here near Chocobo Forest, because once you upgrade your chocobo color, you can go back, like now that we have red, we can come back to Chocobo Forest and dig up more chocographs. So I've dug up every chocograph I can in the revisited section of Chocobo Forest. So that is done. So the only thing left, there are some more that need to be dug up in Chocobo Lagoon, but only after I get the next upgrade. I also think one of these may be the South Gate for the Elixir card. I don't care, I'm not going after the card. Do not care. We are going after something else. We are going to get our next Chocobo color upgrade. This is going to be a really interesting episode because it's all going to be just like montage. After this, I'm going to get one thing on screen that I want you guys to see just how much fun it is to deal with. And then it's going to be basically a montage of me picking up every chest that I can for this. Alright, so over here, one of the sections here is going to be, this is going to be interesting. We need to open the chocograph menu and select Green Plains. There are treasures on the high plains too, Kupo. So, as you can see, this is kind of where it's at. And we just get to look. There we go. That's a lot easier than what I was expecting it to be. And we find a treasure chest. A strange smoke appeared, and we're getting roofied again. I love that both these episodes are me basically upgrading my chocobo. So Chocobo goes back to Chocobo World. And I swear, I don't know if Nintendo got the idea for Super Mario Galaxy from this or not, but if they didn't, that is just an amazing coincidental happenstance. So we show up, and hey, Wanderer, we await your return. And turns me into a different colored chocobo. Now we have the ability to cross oceans. You're getting close to your homeland. So basically, our chocobo is now better than the boat that we just got, because now we can go anywhere on land, and we can cross oceans. The only thing is we are restricted to how we get on land, being by beach. But still, that's way better than what we've got. So yeah, now if you want to test it out, there's a beach right here. We can now go anywhere in the water. You want to go to another continent that we haven't been to before? You can do that. That's available. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump to Trino, and we are going to deal with that. So give me just a moment. Alright, so we are here at the auction house, and as you can see, we are bidding on the dark matter. It started off at 27, I think, was it? And now it's up to 10. Because the thing about the auction house is no one knows how to bid. No one knows how auctions here work. So I just assume that if you are bidding on something, whatever the starting bid is, just assume you're going to be paying 10 times that. Because these people here do not know a damn thing about how to bid. So we picked up the dark matter. That's one item. That item gives us the ability to deals damage to the target equipped as an add-on. You could, I guess you can throw it. I don't know, but it allows the summoning of Odin. That's what we get from it. So once all the items are sold, you walk back in and it resets. Today's items are Rat Tail, Feather Boots, Chrome String, and Thief Gloves. Now, I kind of want the Chrome String as well. So give me a second, I'm going to skip this, and we're going to find out what everything is for sale. So, 1 second. Alright, so we're going to go for the promo string. Start at 43, 52, 68. See, these guys really just don't know how to bid. 14! 14.5, 15.2. Like, what? You really do not know how to bid when you go up in increments. You don't just spout random numbers. And the thing is, I have seen these rich people outbid themselves, and it just astonishes me. So I have enough gil to where I'm going to go for both this and the thief gloves. The thief gloves are really important because they make your steal chances considerably higher. So, and the promo string is just you know, a new rarity. So, like any sort of auction, you just wait till it gets close to the end, because at this point, if you try to bid, you're just going to jack up your own price, because these people are all just idiots. I mean, like I said, just expect to pay about 10 times whatever its starting value is. If you get it for cheaper than that, then you consider that you got a deal, because these people do not know how to bid at all. So, yeah. And there we go. We've got the thief's gloves and the promo string. We will need to come back here later on, once I have considerable amount more money, to buy the rat tail, Un's mirror, a griffin heart, and I forget one other item. There are 4 items that are sold here at the auction house that continually show up. They are used in the Excalibur 1 quest, not the Excalibur 2 quest. So we're going to be getting those so we can get Steiner's weapon. So that's something to deal with. And see here, Master Thief, which greatly increases, how is it named? Where's Master Thief? Where are you? You're up top, aren't you? Yep, right there. Steal better items. It basically just makes your steal successes a little bit higher. Alright, so I kind of want to keep auto haste, alert, bright eyes, bandit. I'll get rid of devil killer, that's fine, and we'll add master thief and gamble defense. That'll work out. I'm using a lot of Zidane's really high-end stuff. The auto haste is worthwhile, the 20% HP. Accuracy plus, not technically worth it, but I don't have too much else that I'm going to do with that. And then the promo string, I think, can be equipped on Quina. Not that I'm going to equip it on Quina at the moment, but teaches Absorb MP, Restore HP, and Magic Element Null. So, a lot of interesting support abilities there. So, worth having, and we can synthesize those later on, but, you know, worth getting now. So, yeah, I'm gonna go, and I guess I'm going to, get a whole bunch of treasures, and I'm wondering how I'm gonna do that. So, I think it's just gonna be an interesting montage, is how it's gonna shape up. So, yeah, give me just a moment, and we'll be back with that. Alright, one other thing I'm going to do, since I now have taken care of it on this actual save file, is we have Stalazio coins to deal with that we need to give back. And I may have given the Scorpio before, because I remember I did that and then reset, and it confused me, but we had to go back to Quan's Dwelling anyway. So, I picked that up, and so we've got the Stalazio, and then we've got the Sagittarius. So I'm going to give both of those to Queen Stella. It's like, yes, go ahead and give Sagittarius. And getting one quack, quack, quack. It never ceases to weird me out. So, and then we have Scorpio, so we are one Stalazio coin ahead now. That's about where we should be. And we get 20,000 gold. So yeah, enough to make up for one of the things that we picked up at the auction house. Yay. Alright, so yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going to be next in the episode, so give me just a second, we'll find out. Alright, so the montage I'm doing here, I'm going to be doing a voiceover because obviously that's easier with all of the editing that I'm going to have to do. What I've done with this montage is I have just pieced together, hopefully in a decent way, every chocograph that we have available at the moment, every one that we've picked up. We are still missing some from the Lagoon revisit, and then there's another chocobo area that we have yet to go to that we can dig up chocographs at, and those are the ones that I'm missing. So we won't have all of them, but we will have all the ones that are available to us at the moment, which is the bulk of them. Also, I'm going to be picking up all of the things that are picked up by a dead pepper, excuse me, except for one. There's one that we can't get until a certain point in the game when one of the pieces of landscape becomes available to us. But the dead peppers are something that I don't think I've talked about. Once you have reached the red chocobo stage and you start digging up chocographs, one of the items you can find in the Chocobo Hot and Cold game are the dead peppers, and they allow the chocobo to find treasures that are kind of hidden on the world map. Here you can see we're back at Quan's dwelling, and you go out onto the ledge, and it'll give you the prompt to use a dead pepper. You don't actually use it, but it brings you back to the world map, riding on your chocobo on this section, and comes up with, it's higher than I thought, so use a dead pepper, and it causes the chocobo to dive. And you see the little bubble sprites there on the water. There are several of those throughout the world, where if we come here, or if we go to those places, use a dead pepper there, the chocobo will dive and find treasure at the bottom of the ocean. There's also some cracks in the world along like mountainsides and valley ridges and whatnot that you can use a dead pepper for, and it'll find a treasure chest there as well. There's also one of those that we can't have access to until later in the game. That's also more for story purpose than for an item. So that's the game's way of kind of telling you, you know, what to do with the dead peppers. And I don't know why I had so much trouble with that treasure chest. Some of them are really easy to find, some of them are really hard. It's just and it doesn't really give you the hot and cold. It just tells you if it's got the question mark and exclamation mark, then obviously you're in the right area, but it's either that or just que, which gives you very little of any information. So, and I think this is going to be the first... Yeah, this is the first dead pepper that I use by itself without like having to go to a completely different area. Like Quan's dwelling is a special case. But ironically enough, this was the last one I got. So it was rather entertaining because I forgot that, you know, it was there until I made it into the next episode and started looking for the final pieces. Which, that is one thing about this section. The final segment of treasures that you'll see, it's all going to be one solid piece. There's not going to be any jump cuts for it. That solid section is the Forgotten Continent, which you cannot get to until you progress the story. So, from this point, we haven't been to the Black Mage Village, so it's after the Black Mage Village, and then after a cutscene after the Black Mage Village where we're told to go to the next area. That's when we hit the Forgotten Continent. And at that point is when you can get those. I wanted to put them all together so that there wasn't weird, you know, jumps of, oh, well, now I have to get these as well, and take up more, you know, time in what would be a more legitimate episode, I guess, rather than a backtracking or side quest episode. Because that is the thing about Final Fantasy IX, is there are a lot of side quests, There are several that I haven't even begun to touch. There's some that I can't do at the moment. I've talked a little bit about the Excalibur 2, where you have to get to a certain point in the game within a certain time frame in order to get it. There's the quest about finding the family members that just got updated, not last year, but end of 2013, I think. There's the Kupo Nut side quest that I haven't really been dealing with. The Moogles that are, I believe in Gizmoot Grotto, you can give them the Kupo Nuts and they'll give you items in exchange. I have not been going back to do that, and I think you can only hold one Kupo Nut at a time, so I'm well behind on that, and I'm just not going to bother. The item that we got there, the Aloha shirts and sandals and straw hats, those are joke equipment. They lower your stats to nothing. They don't have any sort of... It would have been funny if, when you equip it, it changes your character sprite or something, but it just lowers all of your stats to nothing, so... I don't know why you would want to do that in any way, shape, or form, but yeah, that's a thing that you have access to, should you really want to do that. And yeah, this took me, unedited, took me about 35 minutes to do all of the side questing. Just for these chocographs, and like I said, we're not finished with the chocographs. We still have the ones in the Lagoon revisit, because now that we've got the blackish blue, I don't know what color chocobo it's actually supposed to be. Now that we've got him, we can go back to the Lagoon and get new area and more chocographs there. And then we've got an area we haven't even been to, so I haven't even finished with that one. It took me 35 minutes to do that. If I were to do that as a part of a normal episode, that would be more than a normal episode of just side questing, and just this part of side questing. Not even all of the other stuff that I've managed to get done. Which is just a little ridiculous. It's a bit much, is what it is, but I said I didn't want to take up too many episodes of just side questing, because I know that's not entertaining to watch, but I know you guys want to see where all of this stuff is in case you're playing along at home. If you're playing the home game, that's something I miss from game shows, that, when you're playing the home game. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're finding that's going to be beneficial. I probably should have sold a bunch of potions, because a lot of these chests have potions that are just being discarded to the wind. And I'm going to end up needing to use those later, I'm sure. But, I mean, they're just regular potions, so if I really need them, I can probably restock up on them without too much trouble. But, all in all, alright, so this is the last part. This is the final section. We are on the Lost Continent, so this is after what will be the next episode, so this is technically 2 episodes in advance for you guys. When I would be able to do this, and when you would be able to do this. But, like I said, I didn't want to take time out to add this part on another episode, because that's just... It's just a little crazy. But the only way to get onto the Lost Continent is through that story means, because we do not have the chocobo available that, the gold chocobo that lets you go anywhere and everywhere your heart's content, because it's the most useful thing on the planet. Which, gold chocobo pretty much is. It's the best. You get, some really stylish music. You get, you can go anywhere. You don't get, random encounters. I mean, you can ride an airship or the boat, but the boat's limited. The airship, speaking of airship, there's airship. That's the one that takes us here. So, I don't want to ruin anything for the next episode, so I'm not going to talk much about that. There is also a Accused Marsh here, which will do me very little good because of actions I chose in the last episode that you haven't seen yet. but you can use that, I guess, to prepare. You know, if you're using Quina, you want to make sure you've got Quina in your party for this section. So, you know, I guess think ahead for that. So, and that should be it. Nope. That's the last dead pepper section. There's one more choco graph that we have access to at the moment, and it's just right over here, and that'll be the end of it. So yeah, I think this is how I'll end the episode, is with the voiceover montage. So when I pick this up, I guess I'll see you guys in the next installment, where we continue on with the story. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed all the side questing. See you in the next installment. Till then, later everyone.